Welcome back to an episode of the nicocast, and today I'm here with Rekrap. He is a Minecraft content creator, and he makes some really cool videos. So, tell us about yourself.
I'm just a 20-year-old guy, makes Minecraft videos, likes to edit, likes to hang out with people. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Who was your inspiration to start YouTube?
I mean, there was a lot. I took a lot of inspiration from like Casey Neistat. I like his videos. Ethos Lab. He's an OG Minecraft person. Those are like the main two probably that made me like oh, this seems kind of fun. I'll try it out. Looks interesting.
Yeah, mine were Stampy Longnose, antvenom, and Iballistic Squid. But like the reason I started doing YouTube, and then like while I started doing more and more videos, like I like different inspirations.
Yeah.
Casey Neistat was also a huge one. Casey Neistat a huge inspiration for tons of creators.
Yeah, I agree. He was definitely one of the big guys on YouTube for a hot minute.
Yeah, like it feels like the impact he's made is like amazing because like every single person I interview is like, who's your inspiration? Casey Neistat's always one of them. That's
oh really? That's kind of funny. So like you said, Stampy Longnose and Dan TDM, right?
Yeah.
I actually, this is gonna be a bit weird, but I never watched any of those guys until like this year. Like,
really?
Yeah, when they were popping, like when I was like 12, when Minecraft was getting super popular, I never really watched them. I would watch like one Minecraft person, Ethos Lab, and that was pretty much it. Like I didn't even subscribe on YouTube channels or like leave a like or comment. Like I didn't leave my first like or comment until I started making videos.
I didn't even have an account. I
really?
started like subscribing until when I started making videos because I had no clue how to make an account. I had to tell my dad to tell me how to make one.
Crazy. I haven't thought about it in a while, but I wouldn't even like click on like suggested videos. I don't think I would literally like type in like Minecraft Let's Play episode number 230, episode number 231, and like that's all I would do. And then my YouTube horizons broadened as the years went on. That was mainly how it started.
The first video that went like viral for you was the dream video. Did you make that video knowing it was going to go viral, or did you think just another video? Like, tell me about that.
Well, I never like to think like this video is gonna go viral. This is gonna do really well because really don't know for certain until you post it. Yes, when I made the dream video and like the day before I posted it, I was like, yeah, I think this is gonna do really well. But I didn't want to like say to myself like, oh, this is gonna pop off a ton. The dream video was crazy for me. I watched Dream's Manhunt, and when it got to the boat clutch moment, he does this like insane stunt where he like crafts a boat in midair while falling, while surrounded by hunters, and lands in a boat and like survives.
Yeah.
And I paused the video, and I'm like, holy frick, that's crazy.
Do you think
could I do that? And so I what was that?
Do you think like his Manhunts are scripted? Like that part, do you think that was scripted?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it matters why I think if they're scripted or not.
Yeah.
I think it's just a lot of drama, and whenever anybody asks me that, I just tend to stray away. It doesn't really matter if they are or not. I mean,
I agree.
You can get so set in a position if you just like you see a couple pieces of evidence and you're like, oh, they're scripted like full-heartedly or like the other way around, and so I just tend to not take a position.
Yeah, it's okay if they're scripted because like almost everything you see is scripted, so it really shouldn't matter if you think about it.
You think almost everything we see is scripted? What do you mean by that?
I mean like movies, for example. As movies an example.
Gotcha.
And who knows, like maybe most of the things we see might be scripted or might be not. Who knows?
You watch some things, you expect them to be authentic, and if they're not, they're bad, but it's like, oh yeah, movies. I don't know. In general, I've actually started to like movies less, I feel, as I've made YouTube videos.
I've started to like them more because when I first started YouTube, I didn't like them that much, but now I like them. Even because I was 5 years old. But who knows? Yeah.
Interesting. You started YouTube when you were 5, like making videos?
Yeah.
Dang,
and I'm
dude.
13 right now. So when you start getting views, the dream video, what was like your reaction? What was going through?
I mean, just elation. Pure euphoria, like it's crazy, you know, to see like you post a video. I think I was probably averaging like 200 views in the first day, and then it's on an exponential curve for like 2.5 days, like gets like 1 million in a day and a half, and then 2 million, then 3 million, then 4 million. I mean, it's just like everything you would expect. Your mind goes crazy. It's like, wow, this is insane. What's happening?
Something that happens on YouTube when you like have a viral video, sometimes after that, a lot of people's channels completely die. Were you
Yeah.
scared that that was gonna happen to you? Like, you went from like dream videos to like SMP videos, kind of. Were you like kind of scared that your channel was gonna die? Like, what were you planning to do next after that viral video?
I don't think after the dream video, I was scared that my channel was gonna die because like I knew it was a viral hit. And like, I obviously, the next video wasn't going to get 10 million views as well. But when I posted the next video, it got like 10,000 views in a day, which was like crazy for me already. And it was like a 1 out of 10 as well, like best performing one I had. And so like, that was cool. Obviously they didn't get like a ton of views. I think like what you said, like channels like can often die down as fast as they blew up.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a huge concern for me. It just like put me at a new level. Instead of getting like a couple hundred views per video, I was now getting like tens of thousands of views per video.
Yeah.
The real fear, I think, was like not when I had a dream video blow up, but just like in general, my videos would get less views, if that makes sense. 'Cause, I mean, always there's a fear of like my channel's gonna die. And so basically what I'm saying is I didn't get that feeling off of the dream video, but like some other videos when they do bad, I sort of have those thoughts.
Yeah, and also when you have a viral video, I'm guessing that's like one of the last things to cross your mind. Like, after you have a viral video, I'm guessing what you think is like, oh, it's gonna get even bigger from now on, and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that really didn't cross your mind. Well, it wouldn't really cross my mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, it probably does after a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the trickiest parts of getting lots of views on like videos or having something pop off. It's like learning how to deal with like that's not gonna happen forever. Numbers don't go up forever.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to be content with your content, your life, your emotions. I think that's like sometimes arguably harder than learning to make good videos.
Like, yeah, your channel definitely didn't die. You're like averaging like 1 million views. So congrats, probably.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's going pretty well.
What was it like joining Lifesteal?
It was awesome. I really liked it. I guess it's a bit of an interesting story. My first ever interaction with Lifesteal was a comment from Parrot on like one of my videos. He said something really like a nice, insightful comment. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I don't remember how, but he got a hold of my Discord. Maybe it was like a server where you were in, and he sent me a message. And he's like, hey, I really like your content and stuff. I was like, oh, cool. I just checked out one of your videos. That was really cool. And we started chatting back and forth until he invited me to a little event he was doing with his friend Spoke. It was like a server they were on, and it was like this like survival thing where like a couple YouTubers were in the world, and there was like 100 kids that like logged on and tried to murder us.
Yeah.
And so that was really fun. I don't know if a video ever got made out of it, but that was my first time interacting with a couple of the Lifesteal people. I think my first time talking to Parrot, and that was really cool. Funnily enough, he invited me to the Lifesteal Discord for that event. So I was already in the Lifesteal Discord server just to like be able to talk with them on Discord and play that little event. And so other people started sending me messages and were like, hey, glad to see you're on Lifesteal. Like, you're going to make videos? I was like, no, I just got invited to this Discord to do this other thing. I'm not, like, joining the SMP. And I had a couple interactions with people like that. And then about 2 weeks later or something like that, Parrot sends me another message. He's like, yo, if you want to hop on this new season of Lifesteal, that would be pretty sick. And I was like, I don't want to stretch myself thin, right? I was already on another SMP, and there's kind of like two paths I saw forward. One was like, stay on this one SMP that I'm on, go hard with that, do lots of like building, or join Lifesteal and try to manage both of the servers at the same time and have this other avenue for content where it's like a bit more epic PvP based. And I don't remember how long the decision took me, but I was like, you know what, I'll try it. I can always just join and then just leave the next day. Like, that's what he said to me. He's like, if you want to join for a day. So my original plan was to join the server for a day, maybe make a video about it, maybe not, and then that was it. Joining, I think that's one of the best decisions I've made in a long time. It was so fun to meet all of these new people, like, because like when I first joined, I literally knew nobody except like one person. And I met up with these cool other content creators. Everybody was like a diehard YouTuber. Everybody made good videos. I mean, we make better videos now, I'd like to think, but it was just great, and I haven't looked back. Made lots of great friends, and have nothing but praise for it. Honestly,
I would have just like accepted it like without thinking, because that's how my mind works. When there's like an opportunity, I'm like, oh, why not?
Yeah, and I think I had more of that mindset earlier in YouTube, but now I get like a ton of emails from fans or sponsors asking me to do stuff. Yeah, and I've started saying no to a lot more things.
That's good.
Which, yeah, I think it's good, but I still I'm not sure like how much I want to accept and how much I don't, because I like taking opportunities, right? But I don't want to like take them all. And I don't know, I guess a good example of that is like accepting friends on Discord. I get a lot of friend requests.
Yeah.
And I'm always unsure of myself. Like, I don't know if should I friend this person? Cause I don't know them, but they like want to friend me. Like, are they just gonna like ask me a whole bunch of stuff, ask me to do a whole bunch of things?
Yeah.
Or is it can be like cool? It's like who else has friended them? So I always take like a day or two to like decide to friend somebody. It seems, and I'm never sure, because it's like it's weird because when you normally meet somebody, you both don't really know anything about each other.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like Discord,
you can't even see them. Like in person, you can't see them.
You can see their videos, and yeah, it's just
and sometimes like they don't even have like their YouTube account, so it's like a random person with a weird name. Like,
yeah, exactly.
If you like deny a lot of things, why did you like accept this podcast?
Oh, I just I remember when you first sent me an email like 2 or 3 or 4 however many months ago it was.
Yeah.
I remember looking at it. And I remember looking at your podcast and stuff. You're like claiming like I'm the world's youngest podcaster. That's sort of my thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. Good for him.
That's like my hook.
And I was like, I'm not sure if I want to do a podcast. What was that?
That's how I get like people like to read the rest of the email with that.
Yeah, well, it's a great gimmick. Like,
yeah.
Totally great for like remembrance, branding. Like, I remembered you. I'm sorry, I totally forgot to respond. I actually was gonna say like I pretty much like said no in my head like a couple months ago, and I was like, I don't know if I want to be on podcasts. Never done it before. I don't know like if this guy knows what he's doing. And then a couple months later, you sent me a Discord friend request.
Yesterday.
And, it's only like 20 or 30 minutes. Yeah, yesterday. And I was like, oh yeah, that's not bad. So I feel like I go like between like I go in like waves of like how open I am to accepting things. Like lots of time, like I'll like deny a whole bunch of things in a row, and I'll be like, oh, I'll accept a couple of these things. You know, join this person, talk to them. I don't know. It's interesting. I kind of rambled along.
Yeah.
A bit there. I hope that made sense.
Don't worry about responding late. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. He had initially seen the email, but he was going to reply to it later on, and then like he completely forgot about it and replied like months later. Like I think it was like 6 months later or something like that. Which was very funny.
That's kind of funny.
But yeah, what has been like your craziest YouTube experience? Like,
interesting question. I mean, when I posted the dream video, obviously that was like insane.
Yeah.
Like Dream commented on it, complimented me. That was huge. Got a ton of views. One more recent thing that was like super awesome was I got invited to a Tommy Innit recording. It was like a 100 YouTuber event.
Yeah.
And I just got to chat with like all these YouTubers that I just watch all the time. Like I spawned into world, like SB737 was right there. I was like, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
And then Purple was like to the left of me. I was like, hey, what's up? And so that was really cool. Really well done event. Had so much fun doing that.
I can imagine.
So that was a pretty crazy and cool experience.
Like Tommy in the videos look so fun to make and like so chaotic. What's like his process when making a video?
Well, I can't say too much because the video hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Well, he pretty much just invited a whole bunch of people to a Discord server, and then he sent everybody a mod pack to download and install. It was like the coolest mod downloader I ever saw. Press like one button and everything was done. Minecraft was ready to go, and I was like, wow, that's impressive. Then we all joined the server like 20 or 30 minutes before. We did some sound checks with like proximity mod. They did a couple final checks with like server admins, and then they just started the event and let everybody go ham. And yeah, it was fantastic.
How did they contact
you? They didn't do like they contacted me through a friend. Do you know who Sandiction is? Makes Minecraft videos, or hardcore Minecraft videos. He, like,
I've heard of.
His latest one has like 10 million views or something crazy. So he invited me, or passed along the invite from Tommy Innit.
That's cool. So, what's your advice for anyone that wants to start doing YouTube? Let's say they want to have kind of like a viral video like kind of you did, or just want to do in the long run?
I have loads of advice. This is like what I do. It's a pretty broad question.
Yeah.
But if there's like if I could tell somebody starting out like one thing, I would just say make sure you're always learning how to make better videos.
Yeah.
You can always improve, and if you're constantly improving and learning how to do new stuff and meeting people who show you how to do new stuff, like, and you do that for years, like, it's a pretty good chance you're gonna succeed on YouTube. So that's what I would say. Just always try to do the next thing better. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of quick questions?
Sure, yeah. Ask as many as you want.
So, what is it like for you? Like your mind right now, because it seems to me like you're young, right?
Yeah.
And you've made connections with a lot of big people on the internet. Do you feel like that affects your mindset? Do you think, like, for me, a lot of the time I'm sometimes I'm worried that I'll get an ego, like that if I get all these views, I get all this attention, that I'm like I start thinking differently of myself and my place in society. Do you feel like you are like more confident in yourself because you have all these connections? Do you feel like a more important person? Kind of a strange question.
Yeah.
But you're in an interesting position.
I don't feel like more important than other people just because of this, but it definitely makes me more confident because, like,
yeah,
talking to all these people, like, kind of boosts your confidence a little bit and, like, makes you more confident when you're speaking to people on, like, the street and stuff like that. So that's something, like, YouTube has helped me out a lot. And that's why I love doing podcasts, because I love talking a lot. Yeah, like, yeah, basically, it does make me feel like more confident, and I love talking, so yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for being on the podcast. This really means a lot, and I'll see you next episode of the nicocast.